Well, the second of two Friday Night Lights camp here at Nebraska are in the books tonight. Gregg Peterson alongside Steve Sipple, as always. Steve, we got to see a little bit of action out on the field. A lot more kind of interesting stuff going on the sidelines, as usual, that we've kind of been seeing here this season. But my first takeaway, I think, was Tommy Armstrong here in the house with his mentor, Richard Torres, current Nebraska freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
And, hanging out with Coach Frost and all that. And, it looks like Tommy's back being a part of the program again.
Yeah, it was. It was good. Tommy's an offensive coordinator at Lincoln North Star. As you mentioned, he's the mentor of Richard Torres, the Nebraska freshman quarterback. Tommy chopping it up with Scott Frost. Early in the camp, he was throwing on the sideline to a kid who was about my size. Now, Tommy still has a rocket, and I felt sorry for the kid. Tommy was gunning the ball in there. I wanted to go down and say, Tommy, take it easy a little bit. But, yeah, great to see Tommy Armstrong here. Gregg, you never know who you're going to run into at these things. Ran into Chris Brown, the former Nebraska kicker, whose son is a freshman quarterback at Omaha West Side. Like I said, you just never really know. You see a lot of former Huskers here.
Yeah, and then, getting back to what happened on the field here tonight, I think the main guy that we kind of we were impressed with the most tonight is Bellevue West wide receiver Davon Hall. He's had a Nebraska offer for 3 years now, and he's one of the premier players in the state. And he really had a nice camp tonight. He made a lot of nice catches and nice moves out there.
Yeah, Davon Hall is, in a setting like this, Gregg, is hard to miss. And that's what, and bottom line, that's sort of what you're looking for. I mean, there's a lot of young guys out here that aren't going to play Big Ten football. They're going to play major college football. But when you see Davon Hall, you say he's going to play major college football. Yeah. And by the way, ran a 4.4740 today.
Right.
4.4740, and he's a big, strong, physical kid from Bellevue West, as you mentioned. Beat Nebraska. He has an offer. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, he's been a starter there since he was in ninth grade, so he's a pretty special player. But, moving on the other side of the ball, a corner that we saw working out. He's a 2025 guy. He's out of Louisiana, and his name's Camaro Mayo. And he had a few rough goes at it during the night, but he really does look the part, and he got a lot of attention from Travis Fisher and a lot of the other Nebraska DBs that were out there on the sidelines.
Yeah, Bossier City, Louisiana is where he's from, and you said the key thing there, class of 2025. He's a young guy, but you noticed gets up, plays press man on guys that are much bigger, older than him. He was very active. Yeah, I wouldn't say he had a great night, but like you said, he's a young guy.
Right.
And he's very, very competitive. And that's one thing you definitely want to see. Camaro Mayo could get an offer. And that's, and I'll be interested to see what happens with him going forward.
Well, and I can just add in there that I was actually watching Travis Fisher working with him.
Okay.
Drills on the sideline and stuff. And I've seen Travis Fisher do this enough to know when he's got his eye on a guy.
Yeah.
He's already pegged a guy as a guy. Mm-hmm. And that's what I took away from tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw was a very competitive kid.
Right,
and that's
exactly.
what Fisher looks for. Fisher loves dogs.
Exactly, I was going to say that.
He always says that. And that kid, while he did have a little bit of a rough night, dropped an interception in the end zone, got beat a couple times. Yep. Again, you got to keep in mind, 2025 kid going up against 2023 and 2024 kids. So, keep an eye on Camaro Mayo. I would also say a sleeper. A kid who really caught my eye, Gregg, and this is not a kid Nebraska's going to offer. He's a 2023 receiver out of Lincoln High, Adonis Hutchinson. But he made some plays.
He did.
He's a kid that my guess is, the Dakota schools, FCS schools, I would think would have their eye Adonis Hutchinson. He made some nice plays.
He's got a chance to get a couple of Power 5 offers if he has a good season, too, because, I mean, he's a very productive player at Lincoln High, a little bit overshadowed by Benny Nagoy, who Nebraska has offered.
Boy, they got a couple good receivers
right,
there.
so, yeah, Lincoln High has got a very athletic squad coming back, and we'll look out for them this year. They might make some noise again here in Class A.
Yeah, keep that name Adonis Hutchinson in mind.
Yep, and then I thought it was kind of cool to, at the end of the night, we saw Teddy Prohaska was out here and looking ready to go. Thomas Fedoni also was out here looking ready to go.
Well, Fedoni's not ready to go, but he was out here.
Right. But Teddy's younger brother Henry Prohaska was here working out at defensive end, and it was kind of cool to see those guys, giving each other some hugs and taking photos together.
Yeah, Teddy. Isn't Teddy interesting? He's still a young guy,
Yeah.
Redshirt freshman, second-year freshman. Young guy, but has such a big presence. Carries himself kind of like a veteran player.
He does.
Doesn't he? Wouldn't you say that?
Well, he's played a lot of football. He played a lot of football at Elkhorn South as a leader there. And coming out of high school, he was a highly ranked guy. And, he picked Nebraska early on. And there was a plan for this.
Yes.
All along, it might have been it might have been Gregg Austin that had that plan in the first place, but now Donovan Rail is the guy that gets to reap the benefits off of having a guy like Teddy Prohaska in the program.
And Teddy Prohaska will get the first crack at left tackle. I imagine he'll hold that down. So that's a good wrap up from Friday Night Lights. It's, like you said, second Friday Night Lights. Greg, it's just kind of great to see the stadium alive, and get the kids out here competing, all the coaches, so many current players, a few former players. It's really a nice scene out here.